Good morning, everybody. How you doing?
Good morning, Johnny.
Morning.
We are here with Danielle Barber. I forgot her sign again, but
Libra.
okay. Not that particular sign, but hopefully next weekend I will remember them and we'll have a nice little backdrop. We do have a little bit of a different scenery. Lighting is
It's nice. I look really great under.
It's a lot brighter in here, so we actually, we're not having a constant, focusing of the camera in and out on everybody. So
They may have preferred it dim.
you could always turn your monitor off and just listen. So there's that. If you want to be, whatever. Anyway.
Okay.
But we are here with Kimi Ortega. And actually, most of the questions are going to be coming from Danielle today.
Fire them away. Going out hot.
But no, we're going to be talking about a couple different things. Of course, we always talk about the real estate world. But particularly today is going to be the mortgage lending side. We will have also a couple of Homes for Heroes, as well as Safe Haven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remembered.
Good job.
All right.
Culture at work is super important, so she's going to touch on that.
Yeah. But no, we hope you enjoy the show, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
So, Kimmy, what originally got you into the mortgage industry?
My first job out of college was at a division of Wells Fargo that no longer exists. So really, I just wanted a job that utilized my business degree, and I just wanted to be closer to home. So I went to school in San Marcos. So that's about 400 miles away from home, 6-hour drive. So I just wanted to find something and landed at this sales job. And so it was actually in the subprime division of the mortgage industry, which no longer exists. A lot of not so awesome things happened in that industry.
2008.
August of 2008 is when I started that job, 2 months before the market, went to shit.
Learning by fire. Dink.
Ding.
Ding. So anyways, obviously being my little 21-year-old self, didn't know what was ethical and not ethical. But anyways, we did subprime mortgages, and we also did auto equity loans and credit cards, and basically helping people manage their debt. So basically helping people transition higher interest debt into more fixed, lower, more manageable payment type debt. So did that for about a year and realized I did really love the lending side of it, the mortgage side of that job, even though there were a lot of things about that job that weren't very awesome. I learned that I really had a passion for helping people and advising them. So when that company went under, then I went to Chase, and that's where I was able to really get my start in the true mortgage world. So
That's really cool. I didn't wake up going, I want to be an insurance agent.
You didn't?
That's what I want to be when I grow up.
I find that hard to believe.
Nope.
You look so much like an insurance agent now.
I kill it.
Yeah, I honestly had no idea what I wanted to do. It really was just that was a job that gave me an opportunity that was closer to home, and I was like, well, we'll try this out.
Absolutely. My only goal in life was to graduate from college. Beyond that, I had not a clue.
Yeah. Kind of the same.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it.
So,
yeah, never mind.
So you're not just like kind of meandering through the mortgage world. You're like a rock star in the mortgage industry. Like, you've got a awesome team, and now she's gonna blush. Like, you're literally one of the best people that I work with, and I don't say that lightly because there are a ton of loan officers that might watch this in like 10 years when I become famous or something. I'm gonna be the next Click and Clack over here. Nobody knows who that is. But anyway, I digress. You're really good, and your team is really good at what they do. Like, y'all are so streamlined and efficient and good at the beginning all the way through to the close of the transaction. Just great. Because that's not something...
You're going to offend my wife. You know this, right?
I love you, Lisa.
You probably should throw that in there. Okay, carry on. I was just trying to save you.
But I don't get to work with her. So there's that.
Well, this is true.
Save.
And I just threw that out there because my wife, she's a loan processor.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so what was your inspiration to create the team that you have now?
So basically went through a lot of trial and error. When you are a loan officer, when you're originating mortgages, there's a million things that you have to do that need your attention, and you quickly learn that you can't be everything to everyone. You can't do everything for every step of the process. So we've grown the team to handle certain things that, I'm not super awesome at. And so I'm really great at some things, but I'm not great at many other things. So I had to find people to, fill that gap where they could do something better than what I could. And so lots of evolving. We do a lot of little kind of sessions, basically, of like what's working, what's not working, what can we tweak? Do we need to switch someone's roles, switch someone's duties? Do we need to add a template for this? I mean, it's all about the client experience, right? So it's always been, if we get feedback that it's not good, then, we welcome that. Obviously, we don't want it to happen, but we want someone to tell us, because then we can sit down and look at it. Okay, how can we prevent that from happening again? And so it's been just a lot of those type situations. Something happens and we have to then regroup and figure out what we can do different. So the team has just, we've come a long way. It hasn't always been this way, but it's just constant reflection, sober reflection.
I don't know why she's staring at me. I'm not drinking today. And I'm not. This is Red Bull. And worst decision I've ever made in my life. Not drinking today.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of reflection. Taking any feedback as an opportunity, not as to be sour or bitter about it, or like, well, they just suck or whatever. But and maybe we have dealt with some customers that just weren't super pleasant, but we always still listen and adapt to whatever they're telling us.
Constructive feedback is so beneficial, and it's something that I don't get. People don't ever tell insurance agents kind of what they've done wrong or what they're missing, because they don't know what they don't know.
They
but
just call you thieves.
Yeah.
Gross.
If I let that get under my skin, I'd never get out of bed every day.
Yeah. I do like the idea what she was talking about. Sorry, not she, just Kimi.
Her pronoun, she.
Yes.
I am a she, not a they.
Okay, all right, excellent. But I do like the idea of, like you were talking about, how you have multiple people on your team to fill in the gaps of where, somebody's not good at one thing, they're good at something else. I need to hire a lot more people.
Yeah, so
I need a lot of filler. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Do you have a lot of deficiencies, John?
Some of the reports do.
Well, the way we like to look at it is, if you compare, our industry to like a doctor's office, for example, the doctor isn't the one answering the phone, scheduling the appointments, taking your vitals when you get there, escorting you in, and doing your insurance claim. You know what I mean? After the fact. So the medical industry has it figured out, right? They have a tree. They have different positions. It's just that in other industries like mine, we're still a fairly young industry. And so it's the platform isn't built out quite like that. You kind of have to figure it out yourself and trial and error. But it's not, I can't give myself all of the credit. I am coached by some pretty amazing professionals, and it's very expensive, but very worth it, because it has, work-life balance is important. And I don't want to ever be viewed as, well, this person just is the hardest worker. She works all the time. She's always going to be available. Like, that's cool and everything, but like, am I happy? Right. So
is my family happy?
Correct. So everything that we do is designed around how can we be more efficient, but still work within the normal work day and still serve our clients, so that we can all still go home to our families and, and be able to enjoy what we're working so hard for. Like, what's the point of being successful and earning a great income if you can't spend any time enjoying it, if you're just working all the time? So,
Absolutely.
So I like to work hard, play hard.
I'm not real sure what he's doing over there.
It's because I slam my
We
hands
might
on
want
the
to
ground.
slide these underneath her ankles.
I'm a handsy person. I mean, not like in, oh God.
No one reach.
Yeah, I use a lot of gestures, so.
She speaks with her
Oh,
hands.
I do too, but not on the show.
Well,
we are not family friendly. We are 18 and above.
18.
We make sure that it's marked that on Facebook,
Ah.
on YouTube.
Okay,
You know,
good.
because we do say things that children should not be listening to.
Like
So
being
don't
handsy.
ask our own children what we say. Because they lie. Kids lie.
Daughter's going to have a very robust vocabulary.
Robust.
Comprehensive.
Is that what you call it? Sorry.
Colorful.
I'm getting distracted. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Y'all go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So back to Kimmy, John.
Sorry.
How big is your team now?
So including myself, there are 7 of us, and so I'm super. I mean, I'm super blessed to have the team that I have. They definitely make me stronger and help make things way better. With the exception of one person, everyone on my team I've hired from outside of the mortgage industry, and so I've taught them from the ground up. So Lily's been on my team for the longest. She is my processor, except we like to have fancy titles, and she's my contract close expert. So
I love that.
yes,
She's a doll. I love her.
yeah. So, but everyone is from the ground up. We like to hire the character and the attitude and the ambition, basically, and then we'll teach them what they need to know.
I love it. Everybody on your team is just, you can feel the positivity through the email. It's wonderful to work for y'all. Now y'all have a lot of fun in the office.
Yes.
So tell me about y'all's Fridays.
I will tell you about Fridays, but before I go to the Fridays, I'll start with culture is extremely important. And if you haven't read the book, Delivering Happiness, you totally should. So it's from the guy who created Zappos, which I did not know this until I was almost done with the book, but he is no longer on this earth. But super impactful way of like framing your mindset. Like culture is so important. It doesn't matter if you're doing a great job and you got super great talent. If people aren't happy, that happiness isn't going to project to your clients. And so, I treat my team as they're my first client. I have to make sure I'm taking care of them, that they're happy in order for us to then have happy customers. So it all starts internally. And so we do a lot of team bonding things. We just like to be fun, So we definitely have we don't have a swear jar in the office, but it would be filled up regularly. We're casual, we're not stuffy. So the Fridays came out with, well, what do we want to do just to shake things up and be more fun? So we decided that we wanted to have a theme day. So at first it was just a few, and then I'm like, no, we're gonna do these all the time. And so we're planning the whole year out. And so we do the theme days, and they're planned by one of the gals on my team. Her name's Delaney, but she's I like to call her my culture queen because she always has a lot of great puns and somehow can always tie anything to mortgage. I don't know how, but anyways, check out my Facebook page and you'll see what I'm talking about. Every Friday when we do our theme day, she'll post on it, and no matter what it is, she somehow ties it to, if you're looking for a mortgage, come call us. But it's like crazy.
They're super cute. I love them.
Yeah, so we just basically, because you can kind of get in a rut, and it's a mundane, just go to the office. But, we just want to switch it up, just something fun to kind of laugh at each other about. So we've done sports days, we've done Hawaiian day, we've done patriotic days, camo day, dress like your favorite movie character. It's just the whole gamut. So we were doing it every Friday, but we decided to go to every other Friday, just because it was getting to be a lot. So we want to, that was one thing I got feedback from on my team was sometimes there was some financial implications of dressing up every Friday, right? So we decided to move it to every other Friday just to make sure it was good for the team. And so we do happy hours at the office where we just shut everything off at 4 on Thursdays, and we can't talk about work. We just have to hang out with each other and play games or whatever, but no work talk allowed.
I love that. And do y'all do, have I heard something about karaoke sometimes?
We have not done that, but I know that I would definitely want to make sure we do that when Rini is available.
She loves karaoke.
Yes, I'm like, she seems like the professional. Now, I recently had to do a lip sync video because like I said, I'm in coaching, and I did not do my homework. I was the loser of the call. And so I had to, my punishment was, he's like, well, do I fine you or do you want to do something else? And I was like, well, what else do you got? And so I had to do a lip sync battle to one of my other coach mates' favorite song, which was Ice Ice Baby. And so I had to do, and he said, and my coach made me go all out. He's like, you have to give it your all. Like if you're half-assing it, then anyways, if you're half-assing it, you'll have to do 3 more. So you have to give it your all the words, like, anyway. So I did it, but that was my only, like, semi. It wasn't karaoke, but it was lip sync. But we will be doing karaoke in our socials.
I want to come to that. I love karaoke. It's fun. But I drink at karaoke.
Yes, I would drink, and I don't drink.
Can't just get up there.
I don't sing. I can basically just semi-rap some songs.
Yes, that's what I love to do. I have a good time with that.
Yeah.
Rap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonka wonka. So
The wrong week. Stop drinking.
I've given you so much material this morning. So y'all, the culture is awesome, and then y'all also give back to the community. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we had it. We wanted to do the coaching program that I'm a part of. They had an initiative for Change the Planet Week, and that was 2 weeks ago. And so we all got together and all voted on what causes we wanted to support, what we wanted to do to participate in that Change the Planet Week. And so as a group, we decided on doing a clothing drive. And so the clothing then was donated to the Safe Haven. Well, it's a resale shop that benefits Safe Haven. And so basically all the domestic violence victims that go through the Safe Haven program first get the first pick of the clothes. And so we wanted to make sure there was lots of business clothes so they could make sure they have things they need for job interviews and things like that. So we did a clothing drive for that. And for every person that donated clothes, for every person that came and dropped stuff off, we are donating $50 to Safe Haven. So we got a total of 10 people, including you, Danielle. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so we'll actually be donating $500.
That's amazing. I didn't even know about that part of it.
Yeah, I had it in the video, but I didn't specify the increments. Next time, trial and error.
That's okay.
So,
It's amazing just to because y'all actually picked it up.
yes.
Like Sharini came to my house and picked up my box. It was great.
Yeah,
So-
she did great.
Convenient.
Stuff.
Very convenient.
Curbside service.
Yeah, I love it. Check.
Yeah, and then we also wanted to support. There's another organization called the Net that's in Fort Worth, and they actually are for. They basically help with human trafficking, or ladies who have been victims of sex trafficking and or exploited. So they have a support group, and where they have volunteers. Obviously, you can imagine that's a pretty sensitive area. You can't go physically do a lot of things, but they have their support group meetings, and you can sign up. Basically, it's like a meal train, and so you can. We decided as a team to make a meal for them, and so we just had to have food for approximately 20 people, and so we decided to make enchiladas. So
That's
enchiladas, rice and beans. So we had to do a trial run just to make sure we weren't going to feed these ladies awful shit, and so. We did our trial run, learned not to make beans in the crock pot. They turned out awful, and our rice turned out mush because we tried to do it in the Instapot. So it's a good thing we did a trial run. And so, but when we did the second time, it all came out perfectly edible and good. So
That's awesome.
Make your
Drop it
beans
off.
in the Instapot.
I do my beans in the crock pot.
where were you 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
I don't even know where I was yesterday, so.
Yeah.
So my brother-in-law makes the best beans on the planet. Shout out to you because they are bomb. And so he taught me how to make beans the very first time I did it. the next morning I was like, hey, why are my beans crunchy? And he was like, did you add water? And I go, you didn't tell me to add any water. So I cooked these beans in the crock pot all night long with just like a little dollop of water in there. They were not good.
You actually ate them?
No.
Oh, okay.
I tried, but they were crunchy beans. But,
How do you not know?
look, it was my first time making beans, okay? Leave me alone.
One of my best friends burned green beans. I mean, just boiling them in a pot.
I've burned ramen before.
So some people just aren't gifted.
Thank you.
Sorry, Tim.
But, no, it's okay. But my beans now are great because I know to add the water. But it's his recipe, and it blew my mind because I'd always heard that you're supposed to pre-soak beans.
No, you do not.
No, you don't pre-soak them. Like, if you pre-soak them, there's no more room for flavor. So, it just blew my mind. But his beans are amazing. Every time I go home, I request a pot of beans from my brother-in-law.
What kind of beans?
Pinto.
Pintos?
Mm-hmm.
Char.
Mm-hmm. They're so good. But yeah, crock pot. But add water.
Yes,
Yeah.
add water.
Yeah.
I've got a lot
Wow,
of
that just
for
went
family
way
jokes.
Off track
Yeah,
real
sorry.
quick. But anyway. So,
Anyway.
where are we on the... I can't see.
I'm winning.
I figured you were, just due to the fact that I'm kind of not really participating today.
I'm pretty competitive, so.
Shit, damn.
So,
where am I now?
You're ahead.
Yes.
let's see. What else? So people don't know what they don't know. And I can answer this for insurance purposes, but for the mortgage industry, what do you find is like the most common thread of you don't know what you don't know?
Ooh.
That's
There's
tough.
it is a tough one. I mean, I
There's
think
probably a bunch of things, but
there's a lot of things. Yeah. I mean, one thing that we get, it's a constant conversation, is with regards to credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can look at your credit score online on Credit Karma, your banking app, credit card app, whatever, but that's a consumer score that is literally not used by anyone. So in the credit world, there are actually 11 different credit scoring algorithms. And so you have a different credit score for the auto industry, for the mortgage industry,
insurance.
for credit cards, for insurance. So you've got, the only way you can know what all those scores are is if you go to myfico.com and you pay for them so you can see it. And so it's a constant, well, my credit score is this, and like your consumer score might be that, but your mortgage score is, you know, has more issues than a Time magazine. So
Wow.
I would never say that to a client. But
Great analogy. I love that.
That would be my credit score.
I can help you with that. But yeah, so definitely just the credit score. A lot of people don't know that. So, you know, the mortgage credit report goes back 7 years versus, you know, when you look at your score on the consumer side, it's just 2 years. So we see a lot more than what you see on your side. So we see a lot of, you know, from your long time ago, we can see what kind of shenanigans you had going on. So, yeah. So, but, you know, for us, like we don't ever want that to be a barrier of entry to homeownership. So we were big on never telling people no. It's, hey, we're not there right now, but here, let's make a plan to get you there. And so we do a lot of credit planning. Hopefully my company doesn't hear this. But we're not credit advisors. There's my disclaimer. But we do a lot of coaching around what can happen, what things can be done to achieve the score to be in qualifying range.
Helping people hit their goals.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So it's never a no. It's a not right now, but let's get it to a yes in the future. So
Cool.
That's awesome. And I also see your shirt is Homes for Heroes.
yes.
Tell us about that program.
So Homes for Heroes is let me see the camera. See my Homes for Heroes. Good white. So Homes for Heroes is actually, it's an organization that is that basically mortgage companies and lenders, when I say mortgage companies, actually mortgage originators and real estate agents can participate in and be affiliates, and it's just a way basically to give back. So with Homes for Heroes, if you're a lender, then anyone who's if you do a loan for anyone who's in the certain hero category groups, healthcare, law enforcement, military, first responders, education. So if they're in any of those pillars in their job, then they get a discount. So for us, I contribute $500 towards their closing costs, and that comes out of my pocket. It's not the company. And so that's just my way of saying thank you for your service, basically, because I could never do those jobs, right? Like, especially, military, that's a definite hell no. And healthcare, I would vomit all the time.
Same.
First responders, I would never sleep. I'm passionate. Like, I worry about people, and I stress over just the thought of like how the mortgage can impact someone's life. If someone's actual life is on the line, I would just lose my shit. Yeah. So, I'm ahead now, just by the way. John. So,
we'll see.
But yeah, so it's just a way to give back, to say thank you. And so real estate agents have a set calculation of how much they give back of their commission. And so, like, for example, if someone used a Homes for Heroes realtor on selling their house and buying the new house, then they get it both sides. And it actually equates to a pretty good chunk of change. So not only is it financially, impactful for the hero to use the Homes for Heroes affiliate, but it also, out of every transaction, a portion goes to the Homes for Heroes Foundation, which gives grants to heroes in need or hero organizations in need. So one grant that sticks out to me was, there's always, California is always on fire. And so...
and they keep putting it out for some reason.
I know.
Sorry.
So anyway, so they've had to bring in a lot of other firefighters from all across the country. And so sometimes they don't always have like the accommodations that are ideal or the supplies they need. And so there was a grant given basically to help make those firefighters more comfortable a couple years ago. So they're always looking for opportunities like that. Sometimes they go to a specific family. And so it's just so not only do the heroes save, but they also are helping other heroes as well. So it's a great organization.
That's awesome. I didn't even know about that end of it.
And I just want to be clear. I don't want the state of California to burn to the ground. I'm not opposed to it breaking off and floating away, but we don't have to. It doesn't have to burn completely. All right. I just wanted to be clear because
but they make great wine, so I'm gonna challenge you on that because their wine is the shit.
We get wine from Italy. We can export it. I'm not saying you can't fly over there. Just it doesn't need to be attached anymore. Supply chain.
Isn't it New Hampshire that applied articles of
secession?
Secession? Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I think it's like Article 5, Convention States is what they call it. We're shy of about 4 states now, I think. 5, something like that.
Interesting. Totally another podcast.
Yeah, totally different show. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I was sitting over here being quiet, and I just kind of got distracted. I thought I felt like I needed to say some shit, so I did it. Kidding.
Anyway, all right. Well, we'll wrap this up, and yeah, you're welcome.
We'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you for tuning in with us today, and Kimi Ortega for making time out of her busy schedule to hang with us. I know her weekends are super important for family time and recharging and that sort of thing. Make sure you like the video and subscribe down below, because I'm supposed to do this hand signal. And everybody have a great week.
I think you're throwing gang signs.
That is not. That's
what it looked like to me.
Waka, waka, waka. I'm just rapping.
Just leave the colors out.
Y'all have a good week. Cheerio, mate.